Good evening, I'm Samriti Casey and these are the headlines of the hour. Teachers' protest affect the enrollment campaigns and the new academic session, unable to reach a decision despite lapse of 2 years, students and parents on dilemma. Ruling party members expressed their dissatisfaction with the pace of government. PM's inability to take alliance members in confidence faces backlash. The UN reports RSF killed over 400 in Darfur region of Sudan. RSF accuses army of staging killings to damage its reputation. And Pokhara Thunder's FC and Butwal Lumbini clashed in today's match of the Nepal Super League. Pokhara led by 2-0. The indefinite strike by teachers and staffs of community schools, now ongoing for 14 days, has disrupted the admission campaign and halted classes, affecting the future of thousands of students. While private schools have resumed regular studies with the start of the new academic session, government schools remain closed. Both the government and teachers continue to call for the prompt issuance of the education bill as agreed earlier.
The government and protesting teachers have held several discussions regarding the demand to issue the Education Act as per earlier agreements. A meeting on Tuesday involving the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Home Affairs and Ministry of Education reviewed the matter, but no final decision was reached. The government has said it is positive about addressing the demands and is working to finalize the proposal through the Education Committee for approval in the next session.
उहाँले सरकारसँग हिजोदेखि कतिपय मागहरू राख्नु भएको छ। त्यो मागका सन्दर्भमा हामी गम्भीर भएर छलफल गरिरहेका छौं। हामीले सम्माननीय प्रधानमन्त्रीज्यू, उपप्रधानमन्त्रीज्यू, गृहमन्त्रीज्यू लगायत हाम्रो चाहिँ उपप्रधानमन्त्रीज्यूहरुसँग पनि पटक पटक संवाद गरेका छौं। प्रधानमन्त्रीसँग संवाद भएको छ, अर्थमन्त्रीज्यूसँग संवाद भएको छ, सम्माननीय सभामुखज्यूसँग समेत हामीले संवाद गरेका छौं। समितिको तर्फबाट पटक पटक छलफलहरू चलाइएको छ। त्यसले गर्दा यसप्रति हामी गम्भीर छौं र हामीले सरकारको तर्फबाट ती मागहरू पूरा गर्ने सन्दर्भमा यस वर्षको नीति कार्यक्रममा हामीले धेरै कुराहरू समावेश गरिसकेका थियौं।
The teachers, who have been protesting for the past 14 days, have put forth preconditions for ending the agitation. Their demands, which they insist must be addressed by the Council of Ministers, include the permanent status of various types of teachers, as well as the salaries of Child Development Center workers and school staff, teacher salary adjustments, grade alignment, teacher ranking, and Social Security Fund arrangements. While the government has expressed commitment to fulfilling these demands, the lack of assurance regarding the implementation has led the teachers to escalate their protests.
ECD को तलब को कुरा, विद्यालय कर्मचारी को तलब को कुरा, अस्थायी प्रकृतिका साथीहरूले पाउने सुविधाको कुरा, स्थायी शिक्षकहरूको आवधिक बढुवाको कुरा, ग्रेड समायोजनका कुरा, थुप्रै विषयहरू चाहिँ क्याबिनेटले डिसिजन गर्न सक्ने विषयहरू छन् भने अरु थुप्रै शिक्षा ऐनमा ल्याउने विषयहरू पनि छन्। आज 1.5 वर्ष भयो हामीलाई थाहा थियो, तर चाहिँ यो शिक्षा ऐन प्राथमिकता परेन, शिक्षा क्षेत्र यो राज्यको प्राथमिकता परेन। त्यसो भएको हुनाले यो अकर्मण्यताका विरुद्ध अब अन्तिम लडाईका लागि देशैभरिबाट शिक्षक कर्मचारी साथीहरू हामी आएका।
The commencement of the new academic year has been disrupted nationwide as teachers have initiated a school shutdown and educational strike. This action has impacted all scheduled activities from enrollment drivers to regular classes, affecting the admission process for 5.5 million students across 29,000 schools nationwide. Government schools already facing challenges with low student numbers due to academic performance and teaching quality are particularly affected. While private schools are proceeding with their academic activities, government schools remain deserted. However, the teachers remain firm in their stance, stating they will not resume classes until the demands are met.
आजसम्म चाहिँ विद्यार्थीहरू या अभिभावकहरू आउनुपर्ने, यहाँ खचाखच हुनुपर्ने, हामीले उहाँलाई सेवा दिनुपर्ने, हामी गुणस्तरीय शिक्षाको लागि तयार छौं है, हामीलाई पत्याइदिनुस् भन्नुपर्ने बेलामा हामी सडकमा पुग्नुपर्ने अवस्था आयो के। त्यही हुनाले हामीलाई संकट छ, सामुदायिक विद्यालयलाई संकट छ, हामीलाई अभिभावक र विद्यार्थीले पत्याउने अवस्था फेरि भएन। तर हामी वहाँ सडकमा छौं, यहाँ कसरी भर्ना अभियान चलाउँदैनौं नि त। त्यही हुनाले हामीले चाहिँ यो आन्दोलनको अवधिभरि चाहिँ भर्ना अभियान चाहिँ हामीबाट चाहिँ जुन रूपमा जानुपर्ने हो त्यसमा जान चाहिँ सकिरहेको छैन।
Experts suggest a potential resolution to the ongoing teachers' protest by fulfilling the achievable demands outlined in agreements reached between the teachers and the government in the Nepali years of 2075, 2078 and 2080. For the remaining demands, they propose a commitment to their passage in the upcoming parliamentary session. According to these experts, it is crucial for both the government and the protesting teachers to show flexibility from their respective stances to find a viable solution.
75 को त्यो सम्झौता गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ प्रधानमन्त्री ओली, 78 मा सम्झौता गर्दा प्रधानमन्त्री शेरबहादुर, अनि 80 मा सम्झौता गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ प्रधानमन्त्री प्रचण्ड। त्यसो भने यी तीनजना प्रधानमन्त्रीहरू, 4 जना शिक्षा मन्त्रीहरू उहाँहरूले सही गरेर शिक्षकहरूलाई के भनिदिनु पर्यो, यहाँहरूको माग हामीले 75 सालदेखिको माग लियौं, यो मागमा यो चाहिँ माग हामी ऐनमा राखेर पुरा गर्छौं, यो चाहिँ नि नियममा राखेर पुरा गर्छौं, यो चाहिँ नि कार्यविधिमा राखेर पुरा गर्छौं, यो चाहिँ सक्दैनौं है, किनभने संविधान संशोधन गर्नुपर्ने हुन सक्छ वा यहाँले भनेको चाहिँ नि विकल्प मिल्दैन।
The declining state of public schools has led to a loss of public trust. Compounding this issue, the ongoing protests by teachers and staff have further fueled disappointment among both students and parents. Therefore, it is imperative for both the teachers and the government to adopt a flexible approach and resolve the protests as swiftly as possible.
And in our Public Voice segment today, we have asked in several provinces, the ongoing teachers' protests have negatively impacted the future of the children. What's your take on this? Let's take a look at what they had to say.
सकेसम्म चाँडै नै आफ्नो विद्यालयमा आएर पठन पाठनदेखि लिएर हरेक कुराहरुमा अगाडि बढ्नुपर्ने देखिन्छ।
मागलाई कतिसम्म सम्बोधन गर्न सकिन्छ त्यो पनि अब पुरा गर्नु र शिक्षकहरूले पनि सधैँ अब सडकमा आन्दोलन गरेर मात्रै समस्याको समाधान पनि हुँदैन।
जे जायज माग छ जायज माग पूरा गर्नुपर्छ।
राज्य टेरिरहेको छैन, शिक्षकहरू आन्दोलनमा हुनुहुन्छ, बच्चाको भविष्य त अन्यलमै छ। चाहिँ पठन पाठन तत्काल सुचारू गर्नुपर्ने अवस्था देखिन्छ। शिक्षकहरूले पनि सरकारले दिनै नसक्ने माग राखेर हलो अड्काउने काम गर्नु हुँदैन।
जायज सम्बोधन गरिदिनु पर्यो, गलत हो भनेर शिक्षकहरूलाई पनि फिर्ता गर्नु पर्यो।
माग यदि सही छ जायज छ भने सरकारले शिक्षकको माग सुनवाई गरिदिनु पर्यो। यदि उहाँहरूको माग जायज छैन सही छैन भने उहाँहरूले आफ्नो विद्यालयमा उहाँहरूलाई फिर्ता गराएर पढाउनको लागि पठाइदिनु पर्ने हो।
साडीहरूको लडाईमा बाच्छाहरूको मिसाई भने जस्तो भइरहेको छ अहिले। यदि शिक्षकको आन्दोलन जायज हो भने सरकारले किन कार्यान्वयन गरेको छैन?
बाट शैक्षिक सत्र सुरु भएको छ, समय अझै बाँकी नै छ। सरकार र शिक्षक बसेर चाहिँ माग सम्बोधन गर्नुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ।
उनीहरूको माग जायज छ, त्यसलाई चाहिँ सरकारले चाँडो भन्दा चाँडो सम्बोधन गर्नुपर्छ।
शिक्षकहरूका मागहरू पनि समय सापेक्ष छन्, तर भर्खरै भएको एसई परीक्षा र नजिकै गरेको कक्षा 12 को परीक्षालाई पनि शिक्षकहरूले मध्यनजर गर्नुपर्छ कि।
Teachers, cooperative victims and anti-republican groups continue to put pressure on the government through ongoing protest. Leaders within the ruling coalition have also begun voicing dissatisfaction. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has held discussions with coalition partners and responded to the protest, but has not made efforts to unite parties against the anti-republican movement. With growing unrest and internal disagreements, Prime Minister Oli has been facing increasing political pressure.
Nepali Congress General Secretary Gagan Thapa has expressed dissatisfaction with the government's working style. Thapa has questioned the government's pace, citing the non-implementation of laws introduced through ordinances. This dissatisfaction among Nepali Congress leaders is seen to be increasing pressure on the Prime Minister.
Concordको स्पिड चाहिएको छ। आज एउटा भोलि एउटा पर्सि एउटा माहौल बनाउनु पर्छ। यहाँ राम्रो भएको छ, यहाँ राम्रो भएको छ भनेर बनाउनु पर्ने ठाउँमा छ सरकार ट्र्याक्टरको स्पिडमा छ। कुछ गरेर चल्छ। त्यो गति नै जो मान्छेको इमेजिनेसनको जुन गति छ, अपेक्षाको जुन गति छ, खास गरी तन्नेरीहरू मानिसहरू आज परिवर्तन यसरी होस् भन्ने चाहेका छन्। त्यो गति नै यसले पक्राउन सकेन।
Amidst rising political tensions, the high-level political mechanism has shown a lack of urgency in addressing internal grievances through discussions in its meetings for some time. While Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba and Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli have been in continuous dialogue, UML leaders maintain that the situation is not critical.
कांग्रेसको नेतृत्वसित जुन उचाइमा समझदारी भएको थियो त्यो समझदारीको उचाइमा कुनै कमी आएको छैन त्यही उचाइमा समझदारी कायम छ भन्ने भन्नुभएको छ त्यही कुरा बैठकमा उहाँले जानकारी गराउनु भएको छ हो बाहिर टीका टिप्पणीहरू आएका छन् कांग्रेस विरुद्धबाट आएका छन् वामपन्थी भन्नेहरूबाट आएका छन् ती अनेक खालका समस्याहरू त आएका छन् तर वास्तवमा जुन समझदारी जुन उचाइमा थियो त्यो उचाइमै ती समझदारीहरू कायम छन्
However, the situation appears more complex than UML leaders suggest. The governor of Nepal Rashtra Bank has been vacant since April 7th due to unresolved power-sharing issues. Tribhuvan University is operating with an acting vice-chancellor following the resignation of the previous one, reportedly due to political pressure. The ruling Nepali Congress is facing criticism even from within its own coalition regarding governance, corruption and the country's inclusion in the grey list. Key agendas like constitutional amendments remain undiscussed and there is a perceived lack of improvement in corruption control and good governance. Furthermore, the nation is witnessing a surge in protests from various groups including teachers, cooperative victims, microfinance victims and anti-republican elements. Allegations have surfaced that internal factions within political parties are exploiting these movements for their own interests, while the Prime Minister's perceived disregard for the teachers' demands has reportedly put him in a difficult position. A relevant bill under committee discussion is expected to take time to finalize.
सकेसम्म यो जो उपसमिति अहिले गतिशील रूपले हामी अगाडि बढेका छौं नि यसले जेठकै पहिलो दोस्रो हप्तामा पनि यो पेश हुन सक्छ किनभने अझै पनि प्रक्रिया त छ यसको किनभने उहाँहरूले प्रतिवेदन बुझाउनुहुन्छ फेरि पनि 5-7 वटा 8-10 वटा बैठक त जाने हामीले समितिमा छलफल गर्न पर्ने हुन सक्छ ती उपसमिति त सबै कुरा भएन उपसमितिले त सानो बनाएर ल्याउने हो सानो बनाएर ल्याए सानोमा पनि छलफल केही छुट्यो कि भनेर समितिले ध्यान दिनुपर्ने कुरा हुन्छ त्यसो भएको हुनाले त्यो भइसकेपछि अहिले पनि जति नमिलेका कुराहरू छन् नि अब भोलिबाट हाम्रो अभियान दलीय रूपको कसरी सहमति जुटाउने भन्ने छ
CPN Maoist Center Chairperson Pushpa Kamal Dahal has expressed his interest in changing the current government, pointing to possible divisions within the Nepali Congress. Meanwhile, the ruling coalition's high-level political mechanism has not yet responded in a coordinated manner to Dahal's remarks. This has led to speculation about whether some leaders within the Nepali Congress and UML might be involved in behind-the-scenes efforts that could affect Prime Minister Oli's position.
It is time for our segment Public Polls, where you text us with your opinion. But before today's question, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you what should be done to lower agricultural imports. 65% voted for option A, increase domestic production. 11% voted for option B, raise import taxes. And 24% voted for option C, better manage the market. Here's today's question. What's your take on NC General Secretary Gagan Thapa's allegation that middlemen have access to Prime Minister's office? Option A, speaking the truth. Option B, needs probe. And option C, seeking popularity. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us.
Sports News.
Pokhara Thunders has secured a playoff spot in the Nepal Super League after defeating Butwal Lumbini FC 2-0 at Dashrath Stadium. This achievement marks Pokhara's second consecutive season qualifying for the Final Four. Ayush Khalan scored the opening goal for Pokhara in the 10th minute, following a pass from Samir Tamang. Pokhara maintained consistent offensive pressure throughout the match. WAC William extended Pokhara's lead to 2-0 in the second half with a header goal. With this result, Pokhara has accumulated 8 points while Butwal Lumbini has only managed to secure 1 point in this season. Consequently, Chapa's chances of advancing to the playoffs are now eliminated. Kathmandu's possibility of reaching the Final Four now hinges on the outcome of Chitwan's final league game. That is all for the moment. Up next is news in Nepali. Thank you for watching The Night.